Slow down, Hotshot. You have to win this first.
I named our band. We're called Bro Bro and Sissy.
Huh?
So which one is he? Good question.
Hello everybody, it's time to talk about Alexis Rhodes' deck profile in Season 2 of GX. This is the deck Alexis used to duel many people, and sadly when she lost to Society of Light Chaz, her deck got a couple changes because she got converted into a Society of Light person. And with that, I have decided to add some cards to her deck that were not officially there. So, cards that she did have that she gained from becoming Society of Light Alexis were like White Knight Dragon and White Knight Queen. She also has the cards she used in the main season like Cyber Prima, Blizzard Dragon, I don't know, because she had all these Aqua stuffs, I decided to let her have them. Manju of the 10,000 Hands is just support for her deck. She runs the Cyber Tutus because this is actually a strategy she was using to defeat the Chaz. Didn't work out because Chaz is too freaking cool. She has the Cyber Petit Angel, which is actually a pretty effective card, because if this card is summoned, you get to add one Cyber Angel monster or Cyber Angel Ritual from your deck. So basically, it's a Manju of the 10,000 Hands specifically for her deck, but way weaker, and sadly only has 2 stars. So it's nice that she has that, but it's kind of scary. She does run a lot of rituals. She has Cyber Angel Dakini, her boss monster, Cyber Angel Benten, a really busted fairy monster, and Cyber Angel Idaten, which is just a nice card to have, because when this card, when this card is ritual summoned, you get to add one ritual spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and that is pretty damn good. Now, looking at her deck, she does have a lot of interesting cards like the Stray Lambs, the Ritual Sanctuary, which she had last season as well, Fulfillment of the Contract for her Ritual cards, Ritual Weapon instead of Fusion Weapon, which is much nicer. She's got White Veil, which she earns from being in the Society of Light, or I guess she's burdened with it, but it's actually a pretty good card. She's got Triple Machine Angel Ritual for her Ritual monster. She's got Doble Passe, which everybody should love. Hallowed Life Barrier, which is pretty nice, and she's got Call of the Haunteds. Overall, her deck is pretty interesting, but it falls in a couple areas. So let's go ahead and put her stats on screen and start talking. Looking at her stats, she's very one-sided. Her deck is extremely one-sided, and we're going to talk about why. So, Alexis Rhodes. Your strongest card, obviously, is the White Knight Dragon. This card has 3,000 attack and is not able to be targeted by spells and trap cards that target this card. It gets to negate and destroy those cards. And when another face-up monster you control is targeted for a card, you can send one spell trap card you control to the graveyard to change the target to this card to negate it as well. So actually, it's a very nice tactical card, but it costs 2 tributes to summon, so that's going to be a problem. You also have the White Knight Queen. The White Knight Queen's nice because she could destroy, face-down cards, but at the same time, or set cards. At the same time, the problem is you can't special summon her, and you have to tribute summon, and she needs 2 tributes. So that kind of sucks. Still, looking at Alexis' stats, her attack stat deserves to be high. She's just at the average, if not a little above, thanks to her White Knight Dragon at 3,000. White Knight Queen being a 2 tribute at 21 definitely brought down her attack stat. Cyber Prima is only a 1 tribute at 23, so that was nice, it helped her. The 3 Blizzard Dragons I gave her helped her a lot. Manju tears down her attack stat. Cyber Tutus tear down her attack stat. Cyber Petit Angels destroy her attack stat. Cyber Angel Dakini is kind of nice for her attack stat, but I treat it somewhat like a fusion monster where it's harder to summon, therefore it's not going to give her quite as much. Cyber Angel Benten is extremely low at 18, and Idaten's even worse at 16. Therefore, her attack stat just falls on the average for having such high monsters, such low monsters. She has the combo of big and small in the same deck. But moving on to the stat that matters when it comes to Alexis Rhodes, let's talk about her speed stat. When it comes to speed, she's the queen. Nobody's going to match her in speed. Oh, there's a few, but the very few people are going to match her in speed. She's just at the tip. She's not quite touching it, but she's just at the tip. And with that, I could show you why. Manju of the 10,000 Hands, speed. All of these Cyber Petit Angels, speed. Cyber Angel Benten, speed. Cyber Angel Idaten, speed. Stray Lamb, speed. Ritual Sanctuary, speed. Fulfillment of the Contract, speed. Cyber Angel Ritual, all rituals and fusion cards count as speed, so speed. And Call the Haunteds, speed. She has speed-based cards. She can do it with this deck when it comes to speed. But then we got to get into some of her problems, because even though this deck is extremely fast, has a lot of options, and is very heavy around ritual summons, thanks to her, White Knight cards and Blizzard stuff, that kind of slows down the ritual stuff. She could have had more ritual stuff, but instead she had to go with the Society of Light cards. Moving into her skill stat, it is definitely at the average, if not just a little above it, because she actually does have some really good skill-based cards, like Cyber Tutu, skill, can attack directly. Cyber Angel Dakini, it does piercing, skill. Cyber Angel Benten, does this one do anything? It does do burn, yes, this one does burn, skill. Cyber Angel Idaten, does this one do anything? You can make all virtual monsters you control gain 1,000 attack. If this card is tributed. Okay, well no, that's not going to count as skill. Let's see, skill. Ritual weapon, no, it's not technically skill, it's just attack. Doble Passe, definitely skill. This card has been super helpful, especially to her in the recent world tournament that I've been throwing. I can't believe she made it to the final stage simply with the Doble Passe card. This card has gotten her there. Hallowed Life Barrier, definitely skill. This is basically a worse Waboku. And this worse Waboku will be able to stall just a little bit. So overall, she does have some skill-based cards that help her out quite a bit. But they're not all the best. Moving into her defense stats, White Knight Dragon. Good, but 2 tributes. Terrible for 2 tributes. Terrible for 1 tribute. Very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. Meh. Bad. Okay, that one's passable. Overall, below average defense. Almost far below average defense. This deck is not about defense. Luckily for her, she does have some stall skill cards to help out with this fact that she has no good defense cards. But her attack kind of makes up for it. She can hit pretty hard. Sometimes offense is the best defense. And in Alexis's case, that's kind of what it's about. She does have quite an interesting story going through Season 2, because she starts out being like, oh, I'm so happy my brother's back, and then she remembers that she hates her brother, because her brother's just all about the ladies, and, he doesn't take dueling seriously, and he calls her sissy, and she does not like that. So, she's happy to have him back, but conflicted because she remembered, oh, wait, he's a dick. And then we can move on to, when she had to duel Chaz to try and save him from Society of Light, and she had the perfect strategy to beat Chaz. She was either going to draw with Chaz or straight up beat him, but Chaz was like, oh hey, look at me, I got this brand new card that you've never seen before. It's called the White Veil. Well, now she has it too. It's busted and stops you from winning the duel, and that's basically what happened to her. And then she moves on further to dueling some random pros that go to the school during the GX tournament, and she takes them down because she wanted to help out her friends, even though she didn't admit she wanted to help out her friends. She needed to help out her friends Jasmine and Mindy. And then moving on even further, she goes on to duel, what's his name? She goes on to duel Jaden and gives him one of the hardest duels he's had in the show. But sadly, her new White Knight cards could not help her against Jaden Yuki's new Neos monsters. Even though I'm going to say it right now, she could totally beat Jaden. Looking at her next stat, she does have a no luck stat. No real luck needs to be necessary for this deck. And then we have a little bit of a glitch on my part. I put that she has a terrible brick stat. That's a lie. 100% a lie. I think I just messed up on the stats. I would say that it's a little bit higher. I would say that she's in the 2nd gray zone. Sorry about the weird stat thing. I just noticed it. Yeah, I'm going to say she's in the 2nd gray zone. Below average brick stat, because White Knight Dragon, White Knight Queen, Cyber Prima, all those count as bricks. Cards that count as bricks are ritual monsters. They all automatically count as bricks. The Cyber Ritual spell card automatically counts as a brick. Her field spell, Ritual Sanctuary, automatically counts as a brick. Fulfillment of the contract automatically counts as a brick. Ritual Weapon counts as a brick. Doble Passe is fine. Hallowed Life Barrier is fine. So yeah, most of those cards do count as bricks, so she is below average when it comes to brick. However, I still say that's just inaccurate on the screen, so ignore that. This is me editing the video later, so just ignore that. Okay, guys? Ignore that. She's better than she looks. But overall, when it comes to the tournament, how do I feel about Alexis Rhodes? She's a tournament winner. She has a big chance of winning this tournament. In fact, this deck is horrifying to look at. I think that she could totally win the tournament through her speed, through some of her attacking monsters and through the skill based in her monsters. She can win by burning you to death, she can win by attacking you directly, she can win by pierce damage, she can win by just straight up overpowering you. I think she has what it takes to win this tournament. And because of that, I'm going to give her probably, I don't know if it's the same rank or a higher rank than last season, but I'm going to give her a 3.5 star potential. Alexis Rhodes is a real one in this series. She is going all the way. I think she can go as far as semifinals. I think if you play well and you get lucky hands, you can win the tournament. But you do need to focus on her ritual spell cards and her ritual monsters. You need to pull off the good ones. You want to get Dakini, you want her boss monster, and these cards for their tactics. But overall, I would say that anyone that uses this deck has a good chance of winning the tournament. You can do this. I know it can be bricky. I know the deck isn't very defensive if you're on the losing front, but you have the tactics. Don't be afraid to Doble Passe. Do not be afraid of your opponent. Let your opponent attack you so you can attack directly next turn. Make it a race to the bottom. You don't need to destroy their monsters. You need to destroy their life points. But that's going to be it for this video. I want to say thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you would like to join the tournament, do not forget to join us in the Discord below in the in the description. And if you're excited for Alexis's new deck with all of her White Knight cards and her Cyber Angel cards, then come on in. You're going to have a lot of fun. That's it, guys. Bye-bye.